Hey everyone, welcome back to Sports Tea. Thank you so much for hanging out with me so late. Really appreciate it. I'll try my best to keep the show to an hour or so, just so that we can all get to sleep. I do want to take a moment to shout out the members and the loyal supporters of the channel. So just give me a moment to do that. I'll see who's in the room tonight with us and we'll get started. So I do want to give a huge shout out to Main Event, brand new member, Brown B, Ill Will 42, Kedrian Hardy, William Wright, Lewis Matthews, Charles Hookah, Lisa Taylor, Brenda, Meg XD, Reginald McLendon, Panama 135, V Dub, Saeed Gore, Xena Omega, Spurs Ann, Ron C23, Blanco Smoke, Carl for President Anthony, Force Ghost Fabio, Yazid Yair Bay, T-Bert the Twin, Relax and Focus, All Gravy, WW, Neil Howlett, Von Chris Cordova, KM, Big Al Master Chief, Mikey Brass, Sports Facts, Christopher Baldwin, Right Hand Cam, and It's Not That Serious. Thank you all for being members. I really, really appreciate you guys. You help me to just keep the channel growing and expanding. And I also want to give a huge shout out to the moderators because you guys do a fantastic job just holding it down in the chat and just really helping to create this safe space to talk about sports that I really enjoy so much. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate you guys. Seriously. So let's see who we have here in the chat tonight. I see Pikachu Reynolds. Shout out to you. Salute to everybody in the chat. Isidro Patrol. Sorry if I butchered your name a little bit. My bad. SMT Media Network. Lee Kenny. Salute to you guys. Wise Guy. Appreciate you being here. Young Disciple. Shout out to you. Appreciate you stopping by. East B. Let's be nice in here, guys. Okay. I really just want to vibe out and I want you guys to have fun. You know, a little trash talk is always good. So, I'm not trying to block anybody, but let's not get too crazy, right? We're just in here talking about basketball and sports. So, let's have fun. Let's have fun with it. It's okay to joke and laugh. Just raise your hand if it's getting too hot in the kitchen. Okay. Horizon Vibes, Laker Rebuild, Pizza Time, Josh Gould. Shout out to you guys. Thanks so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Happy Sunday. I hope that everybody enjoyed the football games that went on. I mean, it's been a really great week for sports. Okay. Let's see. Dylan Dunham. Where's the teacups? I love it. Noah Linden, Brandon Heyman, Michael Knight. I'm so sorry that I was behind, Michael. The Matrix. What's going on, guys? Yes, we are live. And as you guys are coming into the room, please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, share the video if you get a chance. The more people that can, see the channel, see these videos, the more that we can grow and continue to expand the channel. So again, thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. It looks like someone sent a gift. Oh, wow. We gifted a Sports Tea membership. That is amazing. Shout out to our new member. I can't wait to see who just joined. Let's see who just joined. I'll check right now. How's everybody doing tonight? Are you guys feeling good? Did you eat a good dinner tonight? Everybody has to work in the morning, I'm assuming. Or maybe we have some folks that are working at night right now. Wise Guy, you are our newest member of Sports Tea. Salute to you. Okay, guys. I think that we're ready to jump right into this Laker game. As you know, the Lakers played the Grizzlies tonight. I was hoping for a loss, quite frankly. I just love John Morant. I love seeing him play. He's electrifying on the court, but tonight he played like complete dog shit. Uh, I'll pull up the box score. We'll dig into the team stats first. So let's take a look. Jaren Jackson was actually the highest scorer for the Grizzlies. He went 9 of 13, and he was on fire. Even the announcers were talking about it, saying that he had the hot hand. Don't go away from him. But for some reason, he was only able to put up 13 shots. He shot damn near perfect from the free throw line. Anthony Davis came up huge in tonight's game. He had a double-double, 40 points, and I believe he had 12 rebounds or so, but we'll take a look. But yes, he shot very well from the floor, 9 of 12 free throws, 15 of 22 field goals. And when you take a look at what they did as a team, the Lakers shot just one more three-point shot that was made. So they took about 6 more threes, and they only made one more shot than the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies' percentage of 3 points made was greater. The Grizzlies shot poorly from the floor, as well as the Lakers. So Lakers only shot one additional field goal and one additional 3-point shot. But again, the Lakers had a much greater field goal percentage because they didn't shoot as many shots inside the paint. They also did have another free throw differential. It looked very well evenly matched throughout the game until we hit the fourth quarter, when it started to get close and the refs just started cheating for the Lakers. So everything was a foul throughout the entire game. It was totally disgusting. It was just stop and go, stop and go. The announcers thought that it was going to be a 4-hour game. I mean, it was just openly spoken about and joked about that the officiating in the game was just god awful. So yeah, Lakers shot 39 free throws to the Grizzlies 30, the Grizzlies were very aggressive. They were aggressive in the paint. They were aggressive, just with trying to lock up the Lakers. They played really good defense. They had great effort, but they were just smaller. I mean, they really had no answer for Anthony Davis at any point in the game. So it was a tough game for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Lakers actually had 23 turnovers. They turned the ball over so much more than the Grizzlies did, but the Grizzlies conceded points on almost every turnover. It was pretty bad. So when we just go ahead and take a look at the player stats, we can see a little bit more as to, who did what and how things sort of took shape throughout the game. So as you can see, John Morant shot like shit on the floor, 6 of 21. He had the nerve to take 21 shots when Jaren Jackson was the hot hand on the floor. He went away from him. Desmond Bane was virtually good for nothing in the game. He had no impact. Their bench, folks came off their bench and they played and they contributed. Zach Edey came off the bench with 13. Luke Kennard off the bench with 12, whereas the Lakers bench didn't really do much, but they had, sort of just a good rotation coming off that could contribute and score. Cam Reddish defended very well tonight, scoring 8 points. He definitely did what he was charged with doing. And JJ by the half was bragging about how the team executed his plan very well. So he was saying that their plan was going exactly per the execution. It was a perfect execution. So that's the title of my thumbnail tonight. And it looks like the Lakers executed JJ Redick's plan. Like I mentioned before, Anthony Davis came up big, 40 points. He's already tied his season high, 40 points, 16 rebounds. He had 12 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. When you take a look at what LeBron James did, 7 of 17 shots, not a great shooting night for him. I mean, it just looked like brick after brick after brick. For me, when I was watching, I thought that LeBron missed every goddamn shot. It was crazy. He did somehow hit 3 3-pointers. They were leaving him open. He was taking his little set 3-point shot. Austin Reeves outscored him. Rui Hachimura, he wasn't a huge offensive threat on the floor tonight, but he served he was serviceable, and he was serviceable from a defensive perspective. So the Lakers defended well tonight for the most part, but they turned the ball over with abandon. LeBron and Anthony Davis combined for 9 turnovers tonight. It was not good. It was ugly. And LeBron's turnovers were ugly. It looked like an old man turning over the ball that could not focus on the floor and was just, picking up his dribble with nowhere to go. There were moments where he just literally threw the ball to the other team. Literally. Lazy turnovers. So, yeah, I mean, JJ Redick also discusses the turnovers. He claims that he wasn't happy with them, yet, of course, he didn't make a big deal of them or share, how detrimental turnovers can be to their ball club. But I'll go ahead and play the soundbite. He does touch upon a few different things. He talks about turnovers. He talks about LeBron's return from the team and what he was doing in his absence from the team. So I'm going to go ahead and play it for you guys. It is a little bit long, so bear with me.
But you felt like, despite how that game went, though, that you were able to stay along the path that you wanted to go as a team.
Yeah, I don't like the turnovers, which we've been pretty good for most of the year. I think our 2 highest turnover games prior to this were against Minnesota, which, not that it's explainable, but you can envision a scenario where you have a high turnover game against them. Memphis, again, plays very hard, have some disruptors, but some of the turnovers were a little enforced.
So that early sequence with LeBron at the dunk, followed by the chase down, was kind of obvious to all of us that it looked like he had some energy in the tank. What was less obvious to you that in ways that you saw LeBron impact winning for you guys?
He's the best on our team with his attention to detail and shifts. Just his high shift to then close, his high shift to then get back to his man. He was great with that tonight. And truthfully, I think all our guys were. We're asking a lot, to be able to contain the basketball and give help, and then to be able to get back to our guy. And then they really stretch you on that because of their real concept, where you can be in that high shift and they're cutting behind you. But because we did I would say an outstanding job, it wasn't perfect, but we did an outstanding job of not allowing them to get middle every time. Those high shifts were really good for us.
JJ, 80 tied a season high with 40 points tonight. Obviously had the shoulder incident in the third. I guess, 1, do you have an update on the status of his shoulder? And 2, feels like his mid-range.
I don't want to speak for what the actual diagnosis is here. I would just say that, he had the stinger a couple games ago. Told me that it was a stinger again. I think it was the same shoulder. Mitch, left shoulder.
It's his left shoulder.
Yeah, we'll give you the shoulder. But I think it's just a stinger.
Okay, and then second one was just the mid-range jumper the last few games feels like it's really been falling at a high level for him. But when he's in that type of rhythm, what does it do for him offensively, and what does it do for the offense overall?
Yeah, I think it forces defenses to honor space, and then it allows him to then create opportunities to draw fouls. So it's important, and we're the sort of funk from 3-point land continues for us, and it feels like it's been that way for a little bit. We probably have had some good shooting games mixed in, but we're struggling right now for beyond the line. So if we can't get layups and we're taking mid-rangers, those mother effers better go in. We're going to have trouble scoring.
Good strength.
Thank you. It's twice today.
Yeah. 2 for you. First off, seeing the kind of energy and attention to detail and all that stuff from LeBron, Will that play a role in how you guys handle his time and his minutes moving forward in the season? Like, I mean, having the, it's one time, but like having a piece of evidence to kind of show the benefit of a break.
Sure. I think it requires communication and feedback from both parties. It also maybe it's not sitting out a game. Maybe it's not necessarily like I told him the night before the game, not necessarily less minutes, but sort of shorter runs so that he's not getting gassed, and then quicker segments on the bench, and then he's back in. You know what I mean? So there's different ways to do it than just to say we're going to rest you and you're going to sit out a game.
And then you mentioned Max on the ball. We talked, or you said pregame, you kind of laid out the template for the guy that you wanted to maybe put in as that fifth guy. It sounded a lot like Max. Why did you go with him tonight? And then I guess just his willingness to be aggressive against such a dynamic player. And John Morant, what did that kind of show you about a young guy?
Yeah, I think in terms of the decision, it wasn't an easy decision. And we really feel like as a staff, Gabe has been fantastic the last couple of weeks, particularly on the defensive end, with his physicality and on-ball stuff. And he's also had some good offensive games as well. I think the size and just the athleticism and the fact that, Max has a really good feel for the game and he can move was important. And then just in terms of, his long-term outlook and his growth, I think these opportunities are great for him. I'll reference the Oklahoma City game where, he made a mistake at the end, and we play a week later in Atlanta, and, he's in sort of the same situation at the end of regulation, and he gets a block on Trae Young. So, with young guys, these opportunities are great for them to grow, not only in confidence, but also just the learned experience and the learned knowledge of being in different situations.
Awesome. JJ, just following up on LeBron, 18-8-8 tonight, just what was your overall assessment of his play here in his first game back?
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what he did in terms of on-court stuff during his time off. I think, the turnovers or, even just the three-point shooting, it was, a little feel and a rhythm to that and a touch to that. But the energy, and, we saw some, as Dave mentioned, some really athletic plays to start the game and some, I thought overall just some great defense and really just an important part of us having a good team defense is his talk and his effort level on that.
Thanks, Coach.
I know, a lot of bullshit, guys. Look, for anybody that watched the game tonight, the Lakers almost lost this game. When Anthony Davis went out and it appeared that he was injured, like during the game, he went down. He went down really hard. He was lying on the floor for several minutes, and he went in the tunnel. And I was just like, oh, looks like there goes the game for the Lakers. And they had been up by like about 20 points at this time. It was in the third quarter, but he comes back out a few minutes later, and the Grizzlies, they had cut the lead to as little as 6 points. LeBron's turnovers were god awful in this game. He was just throwing the ball away. The missed shots he had, they were also just so bad. They were short. They were bricks. He shot 3 of 6 from 3, so 50% from three-point land, but everywhere else he was a disaster. He shot horribly in the mid-range, and the Grizzlies were locking him up. He could barely get off a clean layup at the rim. He could barely drive. They were defending. They were not letting him just get his star points off. They were not. It was almost like they had a little chat like, hey, guys, if we lose this game today, so what? But LeBron is not going to score. You guys should have seen him crying to the ref. I think it was at the end of the first quarter or maybe at the end of the second quarter. I can't remember which, but he was so angry with her. Literally, he missed a layup gets his own rebound, gets stripped, turned over the ball, and he has the nerve to be yelling at the ref, Danielle Scott, as if she did something wrong. He does this all the time. LeBron turns over the ball and he's blaming somebody else. He's always blaming someone for his missed shots and turnovers and it pretty much, it also extends to the officials as well. Can't make this up. I did think that JJ Redick's bullshit answers, it was just like, it was a strange game, a lot of fouls. No shit, Sherlock. JJ didn't care about the volume of fouls when the Lakers were up by 20 points headed into the second half. JJ Redick didn't like the lack of physicality in the game. It's just funny to me because the Lakers were home. They were at home where they typically get a lot of foul calls, and they live at the free throw line. The problem is the ref called fouls on both ends, not just in favor of the Lakers. So the game went really long, but then that differential started to widen in the fourth quarter. The refs made it look like they were playing fair until the fourth quarter when the Grizzlies actually caught up to the Lakers. Then they just started calling everything. I mean, Jaren Jackson winds up getting fouled out of the game because of the refs' bullshit calls. He didn't even touch Anthony Davis and gets fouled out. Lots of stop and go. JJ Redick, for me, this was just another big word salad of his as it pertains to managing LeBron's time on the floor. The reporter asked a very clear question as to whether or not resting LeBron is beneficial. If he says, yes, it's beneficial, then it sounds like he's going against LeBron, wanting to play max minutes and play in every game, right? He's already missed games this season. He claims he's had a foot injury. JJ Redick also makes it very important to note that he had no idea where LeBron was or what he did while being away from the team. The man is a goddamn liar. Why be so evasive? I don't even think it was necessary to say that you didn't know where he was or what he did. You just sound like a liar, like you're opening up the door to something that nobody even asked. I hate liars that are like that. I didn't ask you if you knew where LeBron was and what he did and what he ate last night. I didn't ask you that. He just sounds like he's covering up for something for LeBron, and he seems scared to be part of whatever it is that he signed up for. I'm curious to know what you guys think. I'll read some comments and then I'll move on to the next topic. LA Clown Show can only win with the refs. That's a big fact. Talk to the refs. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully I'm getting the message out there that the refs are cheating for the Lakers, that the NBA is complicit in cheating for the Lakers, that this is what they want. The more games the Lakers win, the better for the league, the better for the national televised ratings, etc. And yes, young disciple, all coaches do lie, but some lies are not necessary. JJ Redick doesn't live in LeBron's house. He shouldn't know exactly where he was if he wasn't with the team. He wasn't with the team. He said that he was out for personal reasons. Don't over talk and over explain. Then it's clear that you're lying. And people don't like to be lied to. People don't like their intelligence insulted. Less is more sometimes. And he's got a lot of words. And those people who have a lot of words are typically liars. People that are playing with their nose while they're trying to answer you, scratching their neck, hand behind their head, they're liars. They're lying. It's the body language and psychology of liars. NBE, National Basketball Entertainment. Big facts, Eastby. I appreciate you for being here. Salute to you. Sheesh. You guys are going in the chat. Like, you guys, the engagement is wild. Commissioner Voldemort needs to do something else about this league. Oh my gosh. Adam Silver literally looks like a corpse. You know, I think that Ja Morant needs a lot of work. He has a lot of work to do. He needs to polish up his game for sure. Okay, guys, I think that we can move to the next topic. We have talked a lot about the Lakers game. And there were some other headliners tonight as well that were really good. The Mavericks played the Warriors, a rematch. We talked about the Lakers game as usual, but the Warriors and the Mavericks, they faced off and it was a good game. Luca Donic, he was sensational offensively. He went off for 45 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists. And Klay Thompson came up huge in this game. He scored 29 points, outplaying Steph Curry, and was great in the fourth quarter, getting his revenge from his last matchup with Steph and the Warriors. Luca spoke post-game, and I do want you guys to hear what he had to say.
Luca, tonight, both teams combined for an NBA record, 48 made threes. You had a 40-point triple-double. Just what were some of the things that stood out to you offensively tonight?
I would say no team could miss. I think they had 18 threes at the halftime, and we were still up, which is insane. So I felt like nobody could miss today. It was a fun game, a lot of makes, but it was a physical game too.
Luca, what does it just say about you guys as a team that, the opponent can make 27 threes and you guys can still win that game?
It means we got to guard better. I think our defense needs to step up. Obviously, our offense, we got a lot of weapons, but at the end of the day, we gotta rebound the ball. Rebound the ball. Very, very dangerous. That's what we do.
You talked about defense. You had 2 blocks, 2 steals. Then you had that
3.
Then you had that trap in the corner. I got to get you that one. You had that trap in the corner that forced a turnover. Just what does it say about you on that end and the level of attention that you're showing lately?
Yeah, just doing it for my team, for myself. I know I had to do better. I think there's still a lot of improvement, but I'm trying to be better, especially on defensive end. And when I'm locked in defense, it helps the whole team. So just gotta do consistently and just follow what I'm doing lately.
So, could describe what you guys were able to get out of Klay tonight.
Sorry,
what you guys were able to get out of Klay Thompson tonight.
Amazing, man. He couldn't miss, and he was just coming back here. It's special for him always. It's hard. It's hard to play. You've been here your whole life, and then come back and play against them. It's hard, but it's special at the same time. So he played amazing today, and we just needed to do this every game, and I know we can do it.
And also, you guys got some big baskets out of Quentin Grimes tonight to just describe his play.
Yeah, just everybody doing their job. It was big time today. He's one of the, I would say, best catch and shoot in this league. So just gotta use him like that more.
I think that Lucas, that his message was a little bit more loaded than what it seemed to be. So what I heard out of what he said is that what Klay did tonight was great, but he just can't go off when he's trying to get revenge on his whole team. They need him consistently to perform every night. Now it's not easy to do that. Like Luca, it's in and out of the lineup, and they swing the ball better without him. Klay is still adjusting to the Mavericks' play style and trying to figure out how to work in an offense where his defense is more of a priority because he has to protect Luca on both ends of the floor. If Luca's shots don't fall, he needs to be ready to catch and shoot. But what if he doesn't get the ball enough? How does he get into rhythm? I just don't think it's easy to be while playing alongside guys like Luca Donic who must have the ball in his hands. Luca talked about being locked in on defense. He's doing better, but I mean, defensively, he's still better as a help defender than he is, actually guarding someone. I wanna know what you guys think. I'll read some comments, and I'll open up the phone lines. I'll take one call before we move on to the next topic. So let's see. Oh, I'll also read the super chats that we have here. Shout out to Uzino Omega for the $5 super chat. Why is Bronny still on the roster? I thought they sent him to the G League. Lord of mercy, I have no idea. Honestly, so the plan for Bronny is that they're going to have him toggle between the G League South Bay Lakers squad as well as the regular NBA team. So he's going to be back and forth. We're just going to call him up and down when it suits them. Very interesting times. Thank you so much, Shay J, for the $4.99 super chat. Salute to you. Keep preaching the truth. I hope you get some rest tonight. Really appreciate you being here. Wise guy, you still think that AD needs to leave? That's interesting. No chill for Bronny. I mean, the audio's going in and out. Can you guys hear me? Give me a 1 if I'm going in and out again. Sheesh. This is happening again? So I'm a 1 now, but I'm in and out? Okay, I'm a 1. That's good to know. A bit of crack sound? Okay, you guys can hear me? We can keep the train moving? Okay. I'll open up the phone lines. You guys can call me. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I really want to hear from you guys. In the meantime, I'll read some more comments. Lakers got swept twice in a row. That team should have been in rebuilding form. Okay. The volume's in and out. Okay. Byron Bull, Miss Catress. What kind of name is that? It's really interesting. Is that what you think of me? Is that what you think of the channel? If so, I mean, I do encourage you to find a channel and content that you enjoy. Okay. So the audio is still going in and out. Okay. Byron Bull, it's time for you to go. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice. Caller from Illinois. Oh, I have you on mute. Sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you good.
Awesome. Talk to me nice. Who do I have on the line?
This is Big Nate.
Big Nate? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Laker game? How about the Mavericks?
Well, I want to talk about the Mavericks. I'm about tired of talking about the Lakers.
Let's do it. What did you think about this Mavericks game? Do you think that Klay Thompson can figure it out with the Mavericks as far as playing consistently? Because Luca's comments to me, it was kind of an statement on, what they thought they were going to get versus what they've been getting.
But one thing was interesting to me, Sports T, that he admitted that he needs to play better defense. which is true. Because I like the Mavericks team as a whole.
He's been talking about playing better defense, though, in almost every post-game press conference. So I appreciate that he owns it, but I just wonder, like, does he mean it? And what steps does it like? What does it mean for him to play better defense? What does he think that looks like?
Well, with the coach he has, he's not JJ Redick, Jason Kidd. I'm sure that he mentioned to Luca that we need you to play better defense. So, like you say, you can say all you want, but it's up to you to execute it.
Right.
And I think the Mavericks as a team, once they learn what they have in Klay Thompson, a lot of these shots that Luca used to take at the end of the game, he will learn to, just like Jordan had to learn, you have to trust in your team, your teammates. And I think once he learned that, because they had a weapon, they got Kyrie, they got Klay, him, and the other guys, they should be a better team, especially better than last year. So once I believe they get that gel going, that rhythm going, I think they're going to be a hard team to beat in the West. Them and OKC, they're going to be the toughest team to beat in the West, in my opinion.
I think that the Mavericks are always a threat. That's what I think.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Because you have a lot of other teams in the West that fell off, and you got some teams in the West that's coming up. So, Mavericks, I believe the Mavericks going to be right there. I believe the Mavericks going to be right there. So
I don't know if I believe in them getting back to the finals this season. I don't know.
It's going to be tough. In my opinion, I think it's going to be between them and OKC.
OKC is such a young team too. I don't trust them yet. I don't trust them.
OKC?
Yeah, I think that the Bucks are gonna beat them in the NBA Cup.
Ooh.
The Bucks have more experience. They
Yeah.
have so you have to think about it. So who are the leaders of both of these teams? They're both foreign players, SGA from Canada, Giannis from Greece, and they're both under the foreign NBA protection.
True.
So they're under the foreign NBA protection, and I think that Giannis is the leader. So it's Giannis, Jokic, Luca. SGA is at the very bottom of that totem pole, so the refs are not gonna protect him as much as they're going to protect Giannis is going to be able to charge in the lane. He's gonna be able to run over every defender.
Mhm. Yeah.
Once they stop, they'll be able to detonate SGA, and then what's gonna happen? SGA needs to score 30, 40 points in order to beat the Bucks. He's not gonna be able to do that.
But you got the other brothers on OKC that plays the ball though. So
Absolutely. I just don't
it'll
think
be tough.
there's no answer for Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's the problem. Hartenstein is not gonna be able to stop him.
No. I think they'd have a better chance. They had Holmgren. Holmgren wasn't injured. They'll probably have a better chance. But without
Giannis
Holmgren,
will
I
run
agree with
over
you.
Holmgren, though. That's the thing.
Holmgren,
Giannis is going to run it. He gallops down the court. Look, Giannis is one of my favorite players in the league because of how hard he works, but not because of his skills. He's very low skilled. He runs down the court, gets downhill, and he just charges and bum rushes the lane.
Yeah, I love Giannis too because he's an old school type of player. Plays hard every game when he's in
He
there.
puts it all out on the floor.
Yeah, so I love him for that. I agree with you on that. I love him for that.
Okay. Well,
All
I
right,
do want to thank you so much for your phone call. My sound is going in and out, so I just want to work on that for a moment, and then we'll get back into our next topic.
I just wanted to let you know, Sports T, I just woke up and I turned on YouTube and I saw you. I said, oh, let me turn to my girl, see what she's talking about.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I hope that you had a really good night's rest. And just enjoy the rest of your Monday. And
Take care of yourself on
hopefully I'll
that
see
West
you
Coast.
tonight. Thank you so much. I'll be
Take,
live again later on tonight.
okay, I got you.
All righty. What was your name
Bye
again?
bye. Nate.
Nate.
They
Thanks
call
so
me Big
much.
Nate.
Big
But
Nate.
Nate.
All
There
right.
you go.
Thanks so much for calling in.
All right.
All righty. Okay, guys, give me a moment to work on this sound, and I'll be right with you. So you'll be able to see me, but you just won't be able to hear me. So just bear with me. How am I doing right now? Let me know if I'm a 1, if you can hear me. If you can hear me, or if I'm sounding choppy and bad, enter a 2 for me in the chat. So far, East B, I'm a 1. Talk to me nice, guys. Tell me I'm a 1. Tell me I'm a 1, but don't tell me I'm a 1 if I'm really a 2. So, super sorry about the sound issues. I got like an upgraded mic, and of course, I just don't really know how to use it. So I think that I was pressing something on the mic that was causing the sound to go in and out. So I apologize for that, guys. But I'm so grateful that you guys are here hanging out with me. We have 200 people in the chat. It's super late. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. You guys are so turned up, and you guys just make me so happy and bring so much energy in the middle of the night. We have 112 likes so far. If we can just get that up to like 150, 175, I would be so grateful, so excited about that. Uh, really, really appreciate you guys. Like I said, I see my friend T-Bird here in the chat hanging out. Uh, T-Bird, really missed you in the beginning, but I'm so glad you're here now. And yeah, we'll keep the train moving. Okay, we will get over to the next topic. I did want to really cover NBA trades with you guys. I really want to talk about what's happening in the NBA, just the chatter, the rumors, the trades that have taken place. So there's just so much happening. You know, I it's yeah, I I wanna say Klay going to the Mavericks was an unexpected move, and for me, I wasn't expecting him to get traded to the Mavs. Many folks thought that Klay could work it out with the Warriors, but in the end, they couldn't, and it seemed like he landed on a team where he can still make an impact, and I believe in Klay Thompson. But in other NBA trade news, there's a lot of trade rumors floating around. Just so much is happening in the sports world right now, and some of the premier players that are leading the headlines are Brandon Ingram, as well as Jimmy Butler. It was heavily rumored that the Lakers were a destination for Brandon Ingram until he got injured. It seems like it'll be up in the air as to where he's going to land and, which team is willing to take the risk on him during injury. Other teams looking to make a move are the Warriors. They're looking for another superstar to help Steph Curry carry playmaking abilities. The idea that you're seriously interested in LeBron James make me completely sick, but there are some other names being thrown out there. And the Warriors are being very aggressive, trying to see what moves they can make. So it'll be an interesting season for the Warriors, especially as we approach the trade deadline. Chicago Bulls are also looking to blow up their team. They've already moved DeRozan to the Kings, and they are aggressively shopping Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, as well as Jonas Valanciunas. I know Zach LaVine, he was having issues with his coach. I'm not sure if he is the problem, like if he's just not coachable. I'm not sure what the issue there is, but he hasn't played, well for a while. No one really knows what Lonzo Ball is capable of post-injury, missing, 2 or 3 seasons of professional play. And Valanciunas, he could be in demand as many teams are in need of a center or a good backup center. The Warriors acquired Dennis Schroeder, whom I don't think much of him, to be honest. He looked like shit playing with LeBron James, in my opinion, and I find him to be a streaky player who's very inconsistent. I didn't think his stint with the Celtics was that great. I don't hate him, but I don't think he makes a difference to the Warriors other than to serve as a serviceable backup guard. But I think the real story is Jalen Green from the Rockets, who played like absolute garbage for the Rockets during their elimination game from the NBA Cups to the Thunder. He completely crumbled when his team needed him the most. What he's known for doing is scoring the ball, and he wasn't able to do that. He played awful against OKC, and the Rockets have been in talks looking to trade him. They are very open to that. They gave him a 3-year deal, and they're looking to move him. So more to come on Jalen Green, who, to me, he isn't living up to the expectation in Houston, and I can even throw up. So there was like an article that, it came out December 2nd. Andrew Peters from the Bleachers Report was reporting about this NBA trade rumor about Jalen Green. And it says here that the Rockets center, Şengün, is unlikely to be traded after his 5-year, $185 million extension. But the same cannot be said for Jalen Green, who inked a 3-year, $105 million extension over the offseason. And I mean, they clearly made sure to give him that contract so that they could have a contract that they could move that was tradable. Jalen Green was floated around in trade rumors last season for swingman Mikal Bridges, and he's since signed a 3-year deal. Despite the extension, NBA executives across the league believe Green won't be off limits in future trade discussions. And I mean, why would he? He's just not playing well. He hasn't really grown his game. He's averaging, I believe, 18 points over the last 4 seasons, and there just hasn't really been much growth in Jalen Green's game. He turns the ball over. He's not the best defender. He's not awful at defense, but he's not great. Ime Udoka is the difference maker in Houston. He is the person that's driving their results, and I love to see it because coaching does matter. And star players will have you thinking and believing that it doesn't, but it really does. He's doing the heavy lifting. Offensively and defensively, Houston Rockets, they hustle. Totally love to see this type of basketball. I'm curious to see what you guys think of the current NBA trade climate. I'll read some comments before I move on to the next topic. Lakers literally need Klay Thompson on their team. In fact, should have traded Austin Reeves for him. I just don't think that Klay was agreeing to go to the Lakers. I think that that was one of the destinations he refused to go to. It's just one of those things. You leave the team that you've spent your whole career at to go to a rival, to go and play with LeBron James, who you faced in the finals 4 times and beat 3 times. It's just one of those things. It really doesn't look right. To stick it to the Warriors, sure, he should go there, but for himself, for his own career, Continue to beat LeBron James elsewhere. Continue to go to a real contender. So the Lakers need Klay Thompson. I don't know, like I need diarrhea from traveling around the world. Like they don't need Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson doesn't need the Lakers. He'll look like shit playing alongside LeBron because they don't move the ball enough. Because they don't move the ball enough, Klay Thompson would not get in rhythm. I just don't know why I keep going in and out. I wonder if this is like Clutch Sports messing with my audio. I've got great equipment. I really don't understand this. So you guys still can't hear me very well? Let's see. Yeah, shout out to the moderators. I'll read some super chats before I move on. Shout out to Spursian. Thank you so much for the 199 super chat. Even night owls need love. That's right. That's absolutely right. I used to be a visual manager and I used to work nights and I used to work from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and I would be in bed by like 7:30 at night just to try to wake up. Ugh, crazy. And then I would do these overnight shifts where I would have to come in at like 11 p.m. and just work all night until like 7 a.m. Awful. Anyway, enough about me. So yeah, we'll move on to the next topic. Which I think is really fitting, just given that we've spoken about NBA trades and the climate in the NBA surrounding these trades. So we're going to talk about Jimmy Butler because there's just been so much chatter around what he's going to do. So much. You know, we've addressed some of the trade rumors around the NBA. Teams are looking to make a move, but I think the most interesting trade potential is going to be Jimmy Butler. He has been rumored to go so many places. They're saying Golden State, they're saying Houston Rockets, Dallas, OKC even. So I think if Jimmy goes to any of those teams, it's going to be incredible for that franchise because Jimmy Butler is someone who will come up big in the postseason. So you can preserve him. Trade rumors can be really frustrating and it can hurt the actual deal that's on the table. Jimmy Butler's agent, Bernard Lee, was furious with Shams Charania for making a false report about Jimmy Butler's potential landing spot. Here's what he tweeted. I'll go ahead and read it to you. From Bernard Lee on X. All right, listen, I gave you a pass yesterday because I was busy, but if you don't stop putting my name on your complete and utter made up bullshit because you know you normally aren't worth my time to acknowledge, that is just so funny. I mean, Shams reported that Jimmy Butler was rumored to go to Phoenix and that Bernie Lee himself indicated that Jimmy Butler was open to Phoenix as well. So Bernie wasn't here for the shit and the lies. And it was Jeff Teague who reacted to this. I thought it was really funny. I'm going to play it for you guys because, you know, he shared a little bit of insight as to how players actually, feel about trade rumors and what happens when, you know, lies are told. I'm gonna go ahead and play the soundbite for you guys, and I think are you guys saying that my sound is still bad? Okay, I'm going to play the soundbite. I think that you'll be able to hear that, and I'll try to continue to work on the sound.
Hey man, Bernie got it popping today. He got tired of Shams. He said, "Hey man, I was chilling yesterday. You put that report out. And man, nobody trying to go to Phoenix. Bernie had time today, man.
Oh, you said ain't nobody trying to go to
Yeah,
Phoenix?
he said, Jimmy, ain't nobody sending Jimmy to Phoenix, bro. Because he put that report out today. He said yesterday I let you cook, but today stop the cap.
Oh, you capping?
That's crazy.
Jimmy fuck around, go to the Golden State Warriors, bro.
Yeah, it seemed like it's going towards that.
They fighting the most for it. So I see him definitely be forfeit. It don't make no sense to go to Phoenix.
I always want to ask you this. Have you ever seen any reports about like stuff you asked for, stuff about you looking, but like I ain't never said that shit.
The why is so these niggas put switches in their face, they stand still. They get a little flop.
The Shike said he got nothing for that flop.
That motherfucking Draco mouth face, he's standing still like Matt Barnes and Kobe, nigga. That motherfucker fly fucking my boy.
That nigga over here slapped himself in his face and shit. I'm over here rolling though, like with this nigga.
My boy like Smokey in the chicken coop over there.
Oh god,
hit the Twitch.
I don't know who Phoenix need though, but it ain't Jimmy. Goddamn it,
bro.
Nah, Jimmy ain't. No, that ain't.
No, that doesn't make any sense, bro.
That would destroy that franchise, bro.
I ain't really excited about the trade deadline, man. Don't nobody really excite me. Like if Jimmy go to Golden State, it's a big name, but I don't know if it really excites me. Like I don't know if I'm like, damn, Golden State is legit now. I'm just more like, okay, they got Jimmy Butler.
They pretty good, bro.
I mean, I most definitely believe he'll make a difference on that team. Does it push him over the hump in the West? I don't know, but I mean, like you said, if it all works out, best case scenario, that's a hell of a lineup, bro. Depending on who they give up, and if they don't give up Wig for that team, that's 2, 3, 4
healthy though. That's the thing. Like, we dealing with a lot of guys that got a lot of miles on their body.
For sure.
You banking on Jimmy being healthy with a Golden State team. Steph got a lot of miles. Draymond got a bunch of miles. You need all these dudes to be healthy to make a run. I mean, that's any team, but y'all banking on a lot of dudes.
They an old team like the 08 Celtics, basically.
Yeah, like you got everybody got to be in their peak.
Yeah.
At playoff time, you
I don't
can't
know
have
how
no.
them niggas stay healthy and stay in shape. Them niggas was locked in.
They had a whip too, like we said. Like they may not have all been the best players, but they had really, really good role players in that team. That bench was deep as hell.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I see Jimmy though. Only place probably. What was the other team? We said it.
Houston.
I just think it's funny he came out and was like, "Hey, enough of this shit. Like we don't see that too much."
That's Bernie though. He a cool dude, but he definitely gonna probably try to put shit in place for sure. Like he like to check shit.
Yeah.
He's in Minnesota. He was funny. He's funny as hell.
Have you ever seen any tweets in the rumors you was in? You just been like, "This don't make sense," or "I ain't say that shit."
Yeah, I used to all type of shit. I remember one time somebody told me I didn't want to play somewhere. I was like, I never said that, but it's all good. I mean, I had all type of fake shit.
That's crazy.
People just make up shit all the time. I was unhappy where I was at. I think Atlanta. They told me I was unhappy my last year. I wasn't unhappy. I was just hurt.
Yeah, that's easy to say though.
Yeah, it's like he's unhappy. He doesn't want to be here. I'm like, damn, why y'all putting that in there? Just trade me.
You wasn't on social media, nigga, either.
No.
You just had to take that smut.
And that was a different time then too. That was before niggas was doing that, bro. At that time period, people wasn't getting on there talking about their business or their contract. Everybody was scared to do that shit, bro. That was forbidden to do that.
Yeah.
Niggas got a voice now.
I wish we would have had platforms like this at that time. Because I would have went on somebody's platform and been like, well, they just didn't want to pay me. They said they gonna pay me.
Would you really do that though?
Yeah, I would have said that.
Jeff Teague, I think, is awesome. Shout out to Jeff Teague because for me, I feel like he keeps it real. I think that he shares stories from his experience. He doesn't speak for everybody, but he just calls it how he sees it. And yeah, I mean, Sham Charania, ESPN, they lie. The media, in particular, ESPN, is constantly lying, and they need to be stopped. So shout out to Jeff Teague for, calling out the bullshit, for reacting, and having Jimmy Butler and his agents back because they're trying to negotiate. Jimmy Butler's being pretty quiet. So why is the media coming out, especially ESPN, who's known for lying and known for having reporters who lie and journalists on their network that lie and make up stories? So it's just like, yeah, I'm with Jeff Teague, and it's crazy because back then when he was playing years ago, they didn't necessarily have different platforms to kind of debunk the lies or respond. The media could just put out whatever they want, and that was the story. You could be injured and you're being, there's stories out there that says you're unhappy with your team, and then the franchise winds up trading you because they believe and feed into these media stories that you could be talking to the media, and that's not the case. So the media has definitely they have power and they have a way of impacting trades and moving the needles for players, and they didn't even necessarily ask for that. But I wanna know what you guys think. I wanna hear from you. So, call in. Tell me what you think. Talk to me nice. Oh, and this was the wrong graphic. So, yeah, the question is like, who do you think is gonna be able to make the best trade? If Jimmy leaves Miami, where will he go? So all the teams that are looking right now to make a trade in the landscape right now, who do you think is primed to make the best deal? Which team that's on the hunt? Could it be Houston? Could it be the Warriors? Is it the Lakers? Who do we think is gonna come up big before the trade deadline? If Jimmy's to leave Miami, where do we speculate that he's going? I think that he would be great for the Dallas Mavericks. I think he would be great for, OKC, and I'm gonna go with I would rather him be on OKC just because I think that he'll bring that veteran status to their team. They need some experience. He's been to the finals. He's been on deep playoff runs. OKC needs that kind of experience. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. This is Dominique. Talk to me nice. Who do I have on the line?
Hey, sports team, you got Big Nate again.
Hey, Big Nate. Talk to me nice.
A good destination for Jimmy Butler. I believe OKC. Who would they give up for Jimmy Butler? That'd be a tough choice. I like to see him go to Golden State.
Okay.
Give Mitchell Wiggins and somebody else a draft pick or something, and I get Jimmy Butler. Because I think Jimmy Butler would, instead of Draymond Green doing all the dirty work, he have another dog
Okay.
in there with him.
Yeah, I think he'll be
So
great defensively for their team, for sure.
yeah, and I think that Dennis Schroeder trade. Well, my thing is who do look good playing with LeBron, but you see what he's doing with Brooklyn.
Right.
So I believe he'd be good, especially coming off the bench for Golden State.
Okay.
So I think if they add them two, I think Golden State will be all right. I'm not saying they'll win a title, but they have a better chance of coming out the West. They still have to go past OKC and Dallas. I don't think Minnesota gonna be there again.
Neither do I.
And
Minnesota
also-
just they're not playing like a team that's serious this season.
Right, and I think Denver, they done. They done. They had their little run. So Houston coming up, so they still young. So I believe them two teams, they have to get over. But now Jimmy Butler don't need to go to Phoenix.
Okay.
You don't need to go to Phoenix. And like I say, Houston, who would they give up? Would they want Jalen Green?
I think that they would want Jalen Green. He's young. They could develop him in Miami a little bit further. So he'd bring like a youth injection into their team. He's only been 4 years in the league. Can he get better? Can he develop further? No, but I do know that Pat Riley is looking for a player that can help them win. So you're right. Would they want Jalen Green? He's an underperformer in my eyes.
Now, if they would want Jalen Green, I think that'd be the best trade. Jimmy Butler going to Houston.
Okay.
Because you already got Brooks He's a veteran, hard nosed. Then you got Van Vliet. You know, he's a NBA champion. Then mix him up with all them other young cats. Oh yeah, they'll be tough.
I like it.
They'll be tough. So I think that trade to Houston would be a better fit for Jimmy.
Okay. I'm here for it.
Yeah, yeah. Even though I like Golden State my team, because I used to live out there on the West Coast too. I used to live in Petaluma. You know what that's at?
I do. I love
Yeah.
Petaluma. It's very beautiful there. It's very quiet. It's very peaceful.
Yeah, and very expensive. Anyway,
You know what's crazy is I was looking at homes in Petaluma. I think it's much more affordable than Marin County. So
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah.
It is
But
nice
yeah,
there.
it's what. Yeah, I'm so glad I woke up. Well, actually, I fell asleep on the Lakers.
I don't blame you. It was a forgettable game. It was a forgettable game. The most memorable thing about the Lakers game for me is two things. It's LeBron's turnovers. AD played very, very well, but also it's Austin Reeves in that damn headband. He's showing up now in this headband, and I think he thinks it adds to maybe some swag. I think it looks completely ridiculous in this headband. But if he likes it, I love it. Good for you, Austin Reeves. But it's not it doesn't give him this swaggy kind of thing. So I'm not really here for it. But yeah,
Let me ask you.
Sure.
Let me ask you a question, Steve.
Go
in
right
your
ahead.
opinion,
Yeah.
do you think? My opinion, I believe. I like Austin Reeves, but I think by LeBron's game, it kind of it kind of don't mesh with Austin Reeves because they both of them need to control the ball, have the ball in their hand. So to me, when both of them on the floor, it kind of mess up Austin Reeves because he's not a spot-up shooter.
Okay.
He's more off the dribble shooter, penetrating, shooter.
Right.
And I think that kind of messed up his game. So like I say, who can play with LeBron? So it kind of messed up his game. But I think if he went somewhere else with a nice squad, I think Austin Reeves would be a decent player.
I think that Austin Reeves is overrated. I'm going to be very honest with you. And it's because he can't defend. So if he could stop someone, if he could he can't defend. So I don't like him. I don't really love Austin Reeves. Is he on offense? Yes. Does he work hard? I think he does, but he's just not a good defender. It's not that he's a lazy defender. It's just he's not good at defense. And
right, but if you put him on the team that plays defense, you can hide his defense efficiency.
But how many players? But when you take a look, though, that's the problem, though. You can't have that many people on a team that don't defend.
Right.
So Austin Reeves, at best, he's a third option on a team. So any option any team he's going to, he's a third option. Teams can't afford for their third option not to play defense.
Right.
They cannot afford that. Why do you think that D'Angelo Russell is on the bench? Because he's not that great of a defender. So you have to play guys that are willing to put in the work. You can't have LeBron on the floor for 34 minutes and think you're going to play Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. That doesn't work. You cannot do that. Those are three. That's three. Then it becomes a 2-on-5 game.
Right. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, Lakers. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And that used to be my franchise because Magic and Worthy and all them brothers, man, and then LeBron comes to the Lakers and says,
yeah. I mean, see, I grew up in a way from a very early age, you don't change your team. So, I'm from New York. I've been a Knicks fan, and we go by the code: never switch, never fold. You know what I mean? So I can't used to have a team. I'm with the Knicks, win or lose, and you have to. It's just my dad called it a fair weather fan. If you abandon your team because they're playing pathetic or the organization isn't, you're not a real basketball fan. That's what he would tell me.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's different for everybody. Okay. Sometimes you got to
Well,
let
I'm-
go of your team.
Well, I'm like you. I'm 60, so I came up, watching guys in the 70s, Jerry Sloan, the Bulls, and then Reggie Theus, then between Reggie Theus and Michael Jordan. At that time, they were giving away tickets for $5 to the Bulls game. Then Michael Jordan came, and you couldn't even get a seat. And I watched that era where guys had to earn their money. They didn't just come in the league and get the money.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, until last with the Bulls, Jordan, he was like 25th.
So, Big Nate, I
In
hate
the-
to
in the
interrupt you,
league,
but
getting
we do
paid.
have another caller coming in, so I want their
Oh,
voice to be
okay.
heard, okay? Thanks so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. Alrighty, bye-bye. Thanks for calling Sports T. Caller from Houston. Talk to me nice.
Hey, yeah, it's me, Rod from Texas again.
How's it going, Rod?
What's going
I
on?
love your phone calls.
Yeah, I was kind of contemplating the game. I'm a Spurs fan, and we won the lottery. We got this gigantic pituitary freak, and I'm kind of at a loss with what the team's doing. Pop had this brain exploded. He's probably going to be in a wheelchair. Definitely can't do his ABCs anymore. He had a stroke at 75 years old. Such is life,
Yeah.
And the NBA is it's hard for me to watch that because of what the expectation is on this night and how the game is being played. So I'm watching this team, playing Minnesota. They're trying to get back in the game. They get within 2 points, 3 points, and then they shoot 7 crappy, maybe 5 or 6, 7 3-pointers in a row, where they only needed 2 points to tie.
Right.
You got this 7-foot streak, right? And he's not getting anywhere in the basket, and none of these other morons on the team are getting. And then the frustrating thing about this thing, I've been watching this team through the rebuild, and Pop is allegedly this great coach, and for like a couple of years, they couldn't inbound a ball. They couldn't pressure D. They didn't know how to. They didn't even know how to do, jump balls and get themselves lanes. And now they don't know how to run a fast break. I don't think most teams in the NBA know how to run a fast break. I think the elite teams, and what are we calling it elite? It's the thing. I just watched the Golden State Warriors and the Dallas, Mavericks jacked up 95 3-pointers in a game. They made 48 3-pointers in the game. It's 138, 130, whatever the score was. It was just horrible. It's like watching this game anymore. It's unwatchable. Who's deciding this idea? These analytic nerds who've never played a game. I don't think they've done they probably even played horse in their life. And they come up with arbitrary numbers like 3-pointers worth 3.6 points or 2.6 points, right? A bucket within 15 feet of the basket is worth 1.6 points. So you got to shoot more 3-pointers than 15-footers because one's worth more than. It's just driving me mad. What's your thought on this, Tommy? You keep telling the person who's been around. How do you like today's game? And how do you watch the men's game? The women's game is totally different.
Women's game is excellent. I think the men's game is a complete disgrace. That's why it's losing to women's basketball right now in ratings and just overall excitement. I think that the NBA is about storylines, narratives, that allows for all of this
Soap opera,
commentary.
right?
Yeah,
And
it's basically a soap opera.
That's what ruined this game. They're trying to make this whole thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to do what they did with Remember when it used to be the NBA was fantastic, not the individual person was fantastic?
Exactly.
Right?
It used
It was
to
the
be about
NBA.
it was about the league, it was about the teams, it was about being fans of your hometown and really repping the set. Like, that was what it was about. It wasn't about delusional fandom for a particular person. That we right
I got
now
this 7'5" tour freak, and
he's
he's
playing
good. I'm not
30
saying he's bad.
Victor Wembanyama is great, right, Rod? But is he playing great basketball? No, because he's 7
No,
foot
no, that's
whatever,
the problem.
but he's over 7 feet tall playing 30 feet away from the basket. That doesn't make sense.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense because the coach Pop was thinking, he got tired of trying to say, hey, suggesting that you get closer to the basket. And also, I don't care if he's going to be 30 feet away from the basket. What I don't get is why does he have to be the behind the back pass, or you're going to do like a step back three? He's got Chris Paul, the point guard. If Chris Paul, the point guard, passes you the ball and you happen to be behind the 3-point line, why are you dribbling? Why are you dribbling? You're 7'5". Nobody's gonna block your shot. Just shoot the goddamn ball.
It's because
Kevin Durant,
guys don't.
Does he do a step back?
Guys can't
Does
do
he do a
that.
step back when he
Nope.
does
Kevin Durant is
because he
3
has that.
dribbles. Kevin Durant wants to score within a 3 dribbles.
No. If the point guard passes the ball to Kevin Durant, he's on the 3-point line. That's what Kevin Durant is catching and shooting. He ain't dribbling no goddamn ball. When he's not dribble the
But if he
ball,
needs
just
to,
step back and
if he needs to dribble, it's still very
How
minimal.
do he need to? He's Kevin Durant. Nobody can block his shot. You just shoot the ball. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, he wants to be so. Victor Wembanyama, he already has a marketing team. He's been told he's the alien. They have this stupid alien marketing thing. He has to do the spectacular. And he can't just do the fundamental. Do the fundamental, and maybe you'll be what everybody tells you. I don't know. He's 20 years old. I don't know if he's ever going to get it. But the game in and of itself, who wants to watch 95 3-point shots? What is this? What are we doing? And then they talk about how they're gonna these idiots on commentary idiots, oh well then we can make the game more interesting, how about giving 4 points by the logo? Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
No clue, Rod. No
What
clue.
are we doing? I don't know. And then I watched LeBron James and his stupid coach, this dumb idiot, JJ retard. JJ retard. He just spent the last month going to the press conference, sniffing his nose, acting like he's about to shoot himself in the head with a revolver. And one game, he's over there happy he can be. He's like, chasing dandelions. He's so full of himself. What's going on with this guy? Nobody wanted you, JJ. They wanted the UConn coach, right? They wanted UConn coach. And JJ, if they fire you, you're getting paid more than you ever would at ESPN with this stupid podcast. You stink, JJ. You have no control over this team, JJ. When did Phil Jackson have Michael Jordan say, you know what? I was not going to play for a week. Not because I'm hurt or because I'm sore. It's because I just don't want to. I mean, I'm sure, Rodman or Jordan, they say, hey, I got to play this basketball game. I got to go to Las Vegas. But I'll be at the game. You have no control of this game. You are just a puppet. LeBron's hand is up your bunghole. That's what it is. LeBron's hand, nobody wanted you. They wanted a UConn coach. UConn coach came to a senses and said, hey, pay me an amount of money to be around LeBron for 5 years. there's no amount of money that I'm going to sacrifice my legacy to go into LA and be a hand puppet for LeBron and Clutch. So, JJ, what's your problem? You think he's on cocaine? You're
I don't know what he's on. I just know that something's not right, and he doesn't look like a head coach. Someone who's playing in their nose, had a DUI. These are things that, the Lakers have passed up on other potential head coaches, guys that had much more experience because they might have had a record or they've been arrested.
What's the point of doing that? Like you show that picture of him on the podium, and he's sitting there, like he just like act like you're in charge, or
right? It's just unprofessional. I've never seen a coach sit up there just like wiping his nose constantly. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, I mean, he spent his time watching. He criticized Doc Rivers, right? He famously came out and kneecapped Doc Rivers, even though Doc Rivers is the guy that made his career eventually, right? Like
he had his best season under Doc Rivers.
Yeah. So to further his media career, which was in the trajectory in his brain, apparently worked up to the coach. He didn't really continue that. He kneecapped him, right? And meanwhile, Doc Rivers is about to play for the stupid Bakakta Emirates Cup, the United Arab Emirates Cup, and their airplanes and whatever that's going to go on. And he's over here happy because AD checked himself back in the game and prevented what's his name? The Timberwolves, not the Timberwolves. What are they called? The what are their names? Anyway, they were coming back, right? So who are they playing today? They're playing the guys from Tennessee, right? I don't know the name of that team. What is Tennessee? They came from Canada.
I don't know.
They came from like Vancouver, and then they came down. So I don't know what they changed the name to, but they were coming back because AD hurt his shoulder, and LeBron turned the ball over 20 times, and LeBron doesn't play any defense. But he's happy that he was a good enough coach that AD decided that he was going to save him for this game and prevent the comeback that everybody thought was going to happen, the meltdown for the 30-point lead at the half, 35-point lead.
Insane.
And so I just don't know what's going on in the NBA. And I really want to. I don't want to. It's like being an alcoholic and going to AA. You're a quitter if you go to AA and you drink, right? So do I give up on the NBA because I had this? I spent 5 years hoping for a lottery team and this Wimbyamba, and it's like the most disappointing thing that I've ever seen. I don't think I'll ever get it. I don't, or what? I mean, what am I going to watch? I don't know. I'm coming to you, Dominique, for my.
Yeah, well, we're gonna figure this out together. I think that it's gonna be something that's ongoing. I think this is gonna be an ongoing topic that we're gonna have to figure out. There's gonna be moving parts, and we're just gonna have to keep we're gonna be on a wait and see approach. That's where I'm at with the NBA, and we'll just take it as it goes, one game at a time. So, Rod, thank you so much for your call. I really appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you so much. Is anybody gonna watch the Tuesday final December stuff? I don't think so. I've already forgot about it.
I'm gonna watch it just because I want to see Giannis bum rush the lane and run over everybody on OKC. And I like OKC, but I know what Giannis is gonna do.
A bit of knowledge. I'll leave Lakers fans with a little bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
They took Kobe Bryant to basically have his leg reattached to his body. That his last year, that he was very inefficient the last couple years. But they took his leg off. He patched it, put it back on. He had one dead leg. He still scored in his last game 60 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He was better than LeBron is right now. Whatever stupid 20 years in. LeBron is playing worse now than a one-legged Kobe Bryant in his last year. I want you guys all to
That's a mic drop, Rob. Mic drop. Oh, Rod is awesome. So he literally did a mic drop and then went ahead and hung up the phone. So I appreciate you, Rod. Thanks for calling in. You're awesome. Yeah, guys. I'll read some more comments and we'll go ahead and end this live. I appreciate you guys for joining me so late. And I do want to apologize for the technical difficulties. Perhaps Clutch is hacking into the system and my mixer. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's been great. You guys, are you guys picking on Young Disciple in the chat? You guys do know that Young Disciple is built for this, right? He's been in the YouTube streets like he's heavy. That's right, Young Disciple. I don't think like you guys don't even realize that you can't gang up on him. But yes, let's check on these likes. Let's see where we're at. Last time I checked, we were at like 150. We're at 156 now. And we can just jump up the likes a little bit. We've got 232 people here in the chat. Where do you guys think Jimmy Butler's going? Tell me. Spurs, and you wouldn't want Jimmy Butler to go to the Spurs? Could give you guys some more experience on your team. Spurs, and you said nope. Okay. I'm just asking where do we think Jimmy Butler's going? Spurs, and does not want him in San Antonio. She said no. I agree. I don't know exactly what the Spurs need. They need a solid, they need a young point guard. I would have preferred if they had Tyus Jones. Golden State just got Dennis Schroeder. I just think like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Golden State this year. I'm curious. I'm excited to see where all of these players that are becoming free agents are going to land as well. But I appreciate you guys. Okay. It looks like it's getting a little chippy in the chat. Let's all just kind of join, lock arms, wrap our arms around each other. This is gonna be a great NBA season no matter what kind of train wrecks we're seeing, no matter how disappointed we are in the three-point contests and layup lines that we see. So just hang in there, guys. Basketball is going to come back. I believe in that. And yeah, it's gonna be a good game on Tuesday, I think, between the Bucks and OKC. So tune in. I'll be live later on tonight. Maybe we'll have some predictions. Maybe we'll talk about what Vegas is talking. Really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Get some rest. For those who are headed to work, enjoy the rest of your work day. Hit the like button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Really appreciate you guys, and I will see you later tonight at 11 p.m.